Welcome to the Vnetwork Radio Variety Artist Spotlight segment, where we bring our listeners national and local artist interviews, music industry talk, the culture around music, and more. With your host, Don Padgett. Email vnetworkradios@gmail.com or call 860-733-3615.
Da 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 da. Ain't got time, no more. I ain't got time, no more. I ain't got time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time, no more. I ain't got time, no more. I ain't got time. No more. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. No more. I called my brother the other day. Somebody else I want to say he passed away. Oh, I ain't got time. No more. I ain't got time. Ain't got no time. No more. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. No more. I called my brother the other day. Somebody else I want to say you better pay away. Yeah. No more. I ain't got time. No more. I ain't got time. Lord, I ain't got time. Lord, I ain't got time. No more. Corona killing people every day. Oh Lord, what do you have to say? I ain't got that time. No, Lord. I ain't got time. Corona. No. I ain't got time. Ain't got no way. I ain't got time. I got to move on. No, no. Oh, I ain't got time. Ain't got time. Ain't got time. I'm gonna get my house in order. I ain't got time. Hell, I ain't. I'm gonna praise God. Hell, I ain't. I'm gonna line myself. I ain't. Wait a minute, cause I ain't got time. Hell, I ain't. Good God, hell, I ain't. This is what I tell you. Hell, I ain't. Somebody, if you gon' sing, hell, I ain't. You better sing. If you gon' preach, you better start preaching. Whatever you gon' do, you better come on. You ain't got time. Wait a minute, you ain't got time. Oh, I ain't. Man, let me tell you, folk gon' talk about it. They gon' lie on it. They gon' mistreat you. But you keep on. Oh, I ain't got time for folks. 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 Oh, I ain't got time. Keep on, well, I ain't got time. Keep on saying, well, I ain't got time. Keep on preaching, well, I ain't got time. What about you? Well, I ain't got time. Good God Almighty. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Oh, I ain't got time. No, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. The hell ain't got time. I ain't got time. I don't know when my day. I ain't got time. But I'm gonna do all I can while I can. While I can. While I can.
All right, Bishop. Welcome to the Vnetwork Radio.
Man, God bless you and thank you for the invitation.
Yes, God bless you. Hey, it's a pleasure. We've been back and forth chatting via email, sending each other, sending emails about your music. I'm telling you, the pictures that you sent me, and I've seen you on Facebook Lives. But
So
it's an honor. It's an
thank you.
honor to be here with you, Bishop. I'm telling
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
Thank
And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for taking time out to come on tonight. I think is a great opportunity to talk about your artistry, also the music ministry, and we have a lot of musicians, songsters out there, and one thing we wanted to have this platform is to talk about the industry of music, and get with the different artists to because we have a story also to tell.
mm,
I'm a guitarist and I'm a pastor, and I wear different hats, and I used to play in the gospel quartet groups some years ago. So and I still love it. And so that's why I keep it going, with the radio station, and to keep the music going here, yeah, all across country. Yes, sir. So tonight, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in. We are with our uh, national recording artist, our Bishop Dr. Felix Hill, Sr., aka known as the country preacher from Phoenix City, Alabama.
yes, sir.
He is married to the lovely overseer Jennifer Bandy Hill, six grown children, and three grandchildren. He says, my music was born from pain and graduated to celebration. I have 70 songs with my newest project opening the radio waves everywhere. God heard me. I am a full time pastor that travels anywhere music will take me. I've been in the Bahamas, Mexico, Grand Turks Islands, and many other places. God has been faithful to me. I am 50 years old young. I have a song for every occasion. I am a one man band, the country preacher. All right here on Facebook Live, V Network Radio. Thank you and welcome, Bishop. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Well spoken. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. So Bishop, with this, everything's going on. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and why you love this gospel music.
Well, first of all, let me be honest. I started off in gospel and reared off in blues maybe when I was about 22, 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I called myself leaving the church, and gonna do my own thing. And as I as I as I went through my uh, I guess the backsliding stages of my life, I
Right.
found out that my plight was in the house of God. So
Mm-hmm.
I ended back up in the house of God, singing in the choir and doing things that you should do anyway.
Right.
From there, um, in the early '90s, I produced one song um, that basically I sold about $1,500 worth out of the trunk of my car. It was just cassette tapes,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had the passion then, but life happened, so I just kind of forgot about it. And when I turned about 45 years old, I just went full fledged
Right.
in the music business, and here I am now doing what I love to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I want to take this opportunity to thank. I'm telling you, we getting all a lot of likes on the Facebook page, a lot of love for you, Bishop, here on the Facebook page. And I mean, the page is packed. We got so many folks that's on this page. Uh, yes, With this COVID-19 going on, a lot of musicians are striving right now. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the musicians all across country, all the gospel artists all across country for doing overtime, going into the studio and creating their music. I'm telling you, it's great to see the gospel industry just come together and working hard. And tell us a little bit about what it's like, getting into the studio, Bishop. And I know you're a guitarist because one of the pages that we sent out, you sent out a photo out of you playing the guitar. So,
Well, actually, I can't play anything. I
oh
can't play
really?
drums. I can't play
Oh my
anything.
God. Okay.
But it was good artwork, and I have fun
Uh,
pretending to play. I love pretending. I
yeah.
can't play. For me, my way of doing things is much easier than the average artist.
Okay.
Most most artists go in and they lay music, and they learn. They come back and practice, and I've been blessed not to have to go through all of that. The the man of God that helps me do all of this, his name is Ron Moore.
Oh.
Um, he actually, he and I came up with a formula where I plug into the system and I start to sing and he play at the same time.
Okay.
And so from there, we build the whole song. So the average song takes about 3 hours. And then, of course, the adding of other music in the background. And so, um, for me, it's really easy
Mhm.
because I'm not doing it the conventional way. It's easy for me, and I love doing it. We plug in, we done in 3 hours, and
Yeah.
and then of course a lot of time we take it to a bigger studio to EQ it and master it. But for me, I just love the way I do things. I don't. I don't hate the way anybody else do it, but the way I do it, it just works for me, and it's
Right.
working. That's so to answer your question, I mean, I can record in the bathroom, in the living room, in the trunk of my car. I mean, the system that we have, we can do it anywhere. And
Right.
if you listen to the music, it sounds just as good if you was in a big studio somewhere.
Right. Okay. Tell us. I hear different styles. Who inspired you? In the music industry, I hear so many different styles. I said, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I say, the blues part of me is still stuck back there somewhere. So
Uh huh.
every now and then it'll pop out.
Yeah.
Uh, So I love the blues side of the gospel that I do,
Mhm.
and and I my inspiration, I would have to say anybody who would take the opportunity to
Mhm.
get behind a microphone and sing
Yeah.
and not knowing what's gonna happen when you finish, because
Right.
in this business you don't know whether it's gonna be received or not.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm inspired by every artist that got a heart to do this, that's doing it, and that love to do it.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. So my inspiration, I would say, to all musicians and singers everywhere.
You sung a song. God heard you, and the Wow God, and also No Time.
Yes,
Those
sir.
are some of the songs that you have out right now, and I'm telling you, what we've been rotating all of the songs because all of the songs are hitting home right now. During this time, so many are talking about like the George Floyd case and about what's
Yeah,
going on. It's like a revolving circle back to the '60s. When police brutality was happening. There's still racism going on. It's like a revolving circle. And musician. We talked about this last night on the Facebook Live. A lot of musicians are coming back, and pouring out their heart into the studio. How important is it for musicians to pour their heart out into the studio to talk about the music of the times?
yeah. Music is an extension of words. So without music, you will never get the fullness and the understanding of what a person is trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're going to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just been doing it over 20 years, so it's just easy for me to go do it. But there are some people who have to go in there and they have to do it over and over and over, in which they should do it over and over and over until you get it right.
Right.
Because that extension can do a lot of things. Number one, it can advise people. Okay, that's number one. Music can advise you. Number two, music is a spirit. It can make you mad, it can make you happy, upset, glad. It's up to how the artist want you to feel
Right.
as he produce that music. So I take my hat off to every artist that would take their time to do it right and not half do it. Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah, we talked about that last night also, and that's so important because a lot of times musicians want to go in the studio and they want to just, do things quickly and
Sir.
things are not right. So when you go in the studio, that's one of the things is that when you go in the studio, make sure that, you do things right and make sure the vocals are right, make sure the music is right.
Correct.
And so I know know about the producing side of it and the engineering side of it. You sat there and you've listened, and the engineer asks you, well, how do that sound? Do you
All
want to
the
take
time.
this out? Do you want to
All
put this in? Yeah, yeah. So that's
yeah.
so important. Um, and I was inspired by the song God. What was it? God heard you.
You
What
gonna hurt me.
inspired you to write that song?
Well, because a lot of people lose hope when they pray and they feel like there is no answer,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I wanted to inspire the hearts of people to say, listen, when you prayed the first time, God heard you. Ain't nothing wrong with you going again and pray. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to assure you that He heard you the first time, and basically help is on the way.
Right.
And so that was my heart and my burden in that particular song.
And if you had anybody to like collaborate with, in the artistry and the music, or on a live concert, I mean, who would you go about? I know you say you are a loner when it comes down to a band, one man band, but who would you like to to be on a concert with or record with?
There was a group years ago when I was a young man called Sound Doctrine,
Mm-hmm.
and thank God all of them are still alive today, and all of them are still singing or preaching or doing something. But to go back to the earlier question, I think my inspiration came from listening to that group, because there is no way possible I would be who I am now
Mm-hmm.
if I had had some monument to look to. And I think if I could get those guys back together, they have about the best harmony I ever heard in my entire life.
Wow.
I think I would feel like a chief on the stage with Sound Doctrine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's a little rough, right? To be able to preach and then go back to singing. A lot of times you see the ministers or pastors, bishops, they would they used to be in singing and say, and a lot of times they don't want to go back to it. How is it for you as a bishop? And seeing that you oversee international ministries and ministries locally. How is it for you to, be able to, work on the challenges of spending time for this music, that you love, and then going back to the ministry that you love also? Some preachers they'll say, "Well, I don't believe in going back to singing." I'm in the preaching, and that's it. You know.
Well, it has to do with the passion. That's number one.
Mm,
I have four churches and a host of ministries under me,
mm,
and each and every one of them have used me in that capacity to sing when
mm,
I come preach. Um, I think that the passion again is the key. If it's not there for you, then you're just not gonna want to do it. That's
mm.
just it. But passion is there, man. You listen. I'm a farmer, man. I sing to the chickens and goats and everything else.
Yes, sir.
As a farmer, I have the mindset to create music from what I see, and that passion continues to build and build and build. So I think that when you hear pastors say, "Well, I don't want to go back to that," they are burnt out. They just don't want to do that no more because a lot of them was looking for something
Right.
that was not attainable. See, I'm not looking for something. I already have what I have. You see what I'm saying? I just want to continue to build on it. And so I'm happy. And whatever you're happy with, that's what you need to stay with.
And again, for me, and I was in singing some years ago. I think 2014 was my last time, going into the studio with gospel groups, and I think that us being as pastors, ministers, evangelists, deacons out there, I think what it is that if you love something, you will never give it up. If you love something, you'll never give it up.
Passion.
Because you have the love for it, and your heart is totally into it. And I think that's where a lot of people get messed up at. Their heart is not into what they're doing, and that's why I always say to all the musicians out there and to all the ministers, if you into something and you don't have the heart into it and you don't have the love and the obedience in it, why be in it?
That's it, Doc. That's it.
So yeah. So how is it? You're from a town in Alabama, and is it a? Tell us a little bit about where you from there.
Well, it's kind of like a little dot on the map. It's like a little small dot, but I'm a traveling man, so but I don't want to leave here for good. I love people and see, brothers and sisters everywhere, but because I was born here and raised here, I know what police gonna pull you over. I know I know what fireman is on this week. It's an open town. So you're just used to it and you love it. And if I'm not mistaken, you can get anywhere in 10 minutes in Phoenix City. Anywhere in 10 minutes. So it's just home. It's just home.
Okay. Now you sang on a lot of different concerts all over. Tell us a little bit about how you traveled and your travel experience.
My international experience was the best. I was in Grand Turks. I was actually singing on the stage outdoors in front of everybody. It was a beautiful thing. And in Mexico, I had the opportunity to perform on the ship.
Wow.
And it was a blessing to my soul. In the U.S., I pretty much sang. I've been everywhere, one way or another. I've been there doing something. From California, the only place I don't think I've been in the biggest cities is New York City. And since I just got married, I got to take my wife there. So we're going to end up going to New York City. But I love to go. Now, everybody don't love to go. And then everybody can't go. That's a difference.
That's right.
See, let me give you an example so you'll understand. See, when I go, when another gospel singer go, he got to take his guitar player, his drummer, his bass. He got to take his wife, some of his children. When I go, I just take this.
I hear you.
And I got everything that I need plus some.
Right.
So once I plug in, that's it. I got a whole band. So I love it, actually.
During this time, how has the internet helped musicians during these tough times? We know this COVID-19 has taken a toll on a lot of musicians' income. How has the internet improved and been an inspiration to artists and during these times?
Well, let me just say, I don't want to just say musicians. I would speak for pastors. Our church hadn't lost a dime because we put ourselves out there to say, listen, we need your help while we're going through this. Right. And so when you're dealing with musicians, it's hard for every musician and singer right now because there is no platform. You know what I'm saying? So the only platform you have is via internet. If you use it correctly, you can do very well. I mean, I have over 20,000 followers, and I don't have no issues in selling CDs, but again, now I have good product. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? If you got good product, then folk gonna buy your stuff. They gonna
That's right.
support you. Now, if you got something that sound like it come out the bathroom, then the first person here, they done with it. You
Right.
know. So the internet can be a blessing to you. I've learned to respect Facebook a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what to do and what not to do on here, what to say and what not to say.
Right.
And when you're public, people have the right to say whatever they want to say. You can either eat it or get off. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's just your choice, you know. But musicians can really do well here. I see a lot of them doing well here doing live shows. I do. I just did 3 live shows myself.
Tell us a little bit about ministry and the ministry of singing and traveling. Um, what have you experienced in your travels and during the ministry? Because singing is a ministry, and
Yeah.
a lot of times, you know, um, groups and um, pastors and different ones can be out traveling and experience. What is a moment in your career and time that you've traveled out singing that someone life have been touched by your song or experience.
I was in coming from Birmingham, Alabama, and we had just did a show, and then I had went live on my way back. It's very emotional for me. And this young man came on the live show, and he said, you know, I had given up on church and church people and God. He said, but after I heard you sing, I want to reunite my life to God. And
Mm-hmm.
I was so honored, and you know, because I think that's what every musician strive or should strive for is a life change when it comes to the audience.
Right.
And I think that's a blessing. And I think most singers don't realize that um, even though they're not, most of them are not pastors, their job is so powerful because most of them sing right before the preaching and right after. And
Mm-hmm.
so you have the opportunity to shape that mind to receive Christ at that moment. So, yeah, that was my experience, and I will never ever forget it.
All right, all right. We have a lot of fans out there of you, Bishop. A lot of fans that's out there all across the nation, and they're responding with love hearts and like signs. Is We're gonna ask all of our fans out there if you have a question that you'd like to ask Bishop. We are monitoring the chat on tonight. Um, we want you to make sure you type in your question so that I can present it to uh, Bishop. Do we have anyone that have a question out there? And if you're a musician, if you're part of his church, you would like to say a little something on behalf of Bishop. We are monitoring the chat on tonight, and you have an opportunity to speak because this platform. We like to hear our fans what they have to say, and also what they're thinking about also, and as well as the artists, and a lot of times the artists don't get an opportunity to present themselves in front of the fans, to tell them about themselves or talk. Only thing we hear is the news. We hear them, on a concert, and they don't get an opportunity to talk. And so
Yeah.
this is why we wanted to talk about the industry talk. All right. Okay, we got so many is saying hello Bishop. Let's see. A lot of likes and a lot of people just saying they're glad to be here. All right. So yeah, if you all have a question for Bishop, here's your time out to take time out to respond. We're monitoring on Facebook and on the live feeds, so you can type in your question. Eva Richmond says, "A man of God who puts his hand to the plow. God bless and forever keep Bishop." All right, thank you. That's how the bishop is truly a gift, is a gifted man of God. Bishop Hill can sing all the time. All right. And that's from Juanita Liggins Brown. Thank you for joining. Um, let's see. We have a couple other comments out there. You're a blessing, Bishop, to so many of us. Carmen Hall. All right. Thank you, Carmen Hall. We got everybody's responding now, Bishop. Yeah, everybody's typing in their questions and just responds. Yolanda Walker Lynch, I am so honored and blessed to have this man of God in my life. Not only has he blessed me, but so many others. Thank you, Yolanda Walker Lynch. All right, God bless you. Now, Bishop, how is it? How important is it? The church is supposed to be the center of hope. And I see a lot of what you're doing. You just recently opened a barbershop, I see. Is it?
Yes,
Tell us a little
yes.
bit about, the church versus community.
Mm. Well, now that actually is a great question for me because for the last 20 years, the church and the community have not been separated with us. Um, it's so intertwined that um, if you mention the name Save Our Teens in this area, really anywhere now in the United States, it is applied to Greater Grace Ministries, Team Bishop Online, and CIA Ministries, simply because not only do we preach in the four walls, but we bring forth food, clothes, gifts, toys, money, whatever we need to do for the people outside of the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And not just to say we did it, because that's not it. We don't really care about that part. What we do care about is making sure that the community and the church is not separated, that it is one and the same. And so how important it is, um, if your church die and the city don't miss you,
Mm-hmm.
then you never really had anything going on there.
Right.
See, people only respond to you responding to them. So when you respond to them, folk know. They know. They won't forget. They may not say it, but if your church die in the city said, "Well, that's another one gone,"
Mm-hmm.
then you hadn't been doing anything. Because one thing about it, the community should miss a church that's not there anymore.
Right. And you got a lot of churches in the communities that don't even you don't even know who's your next door neighbor, or you don't know who's across the street from you. You know, how does economic development, because we talk about all these racisms, and we talk about all these things that are happening now. How does economic development in the church, come together to relate to what's happening now in the times?
Well, one of the major let's go with the problem first, okay? The
Mm-hmm.
problem is lack of wisdom on how to communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that first. And I'm the first person to say that I don't know. When you don't know something, you should easily say, I don't know how to fix this situation, how to fix this problem. But it shouldn't stop there.
Mm-hmm.
You should go to somebody who do know,
Right.
and you gather together and bring forth the answer to help.
Mm-hmm.
And even in our church, starting on second Wednesday, is that right, baby? Second Wednesday?
Yes.
Second Wednesday in next month, we have home economics started at our church, teaching you how to cook, teaching you how to
Wow.
change a diaper, teaching you how to spend money, teaching you how to invest money. It starts second Wednesday in next month. It'll be live every second. It'll be live as well. And basic meals, we have a meal every second Wednesday. But you cannot develop that without interacting with the people. You
Mm-hmm.
got to get them to come. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God that both of my daughters are into credit repair, okay? Because there can be no economic development at all for Black people without first rebuilding your credit,
Right.
because you will always be down. You will always be hurting. And I believe with all of my heart that if we will get to the point where we can just simply say comfortably, I don't know I don't understand. And then I call Dr. Donald and say, listen, how did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me how you do that?
Right.
And I think that's where we can start. We can start
Right.
winning.
Yeah, and I had that happen to me on the other day. Somebody said, well, the music industry. I never knew anything about how to get my song copywritten. I never knew anything about how to send my songs out to the Library of Congress. So how important is it that copywriting songs and getting your music out there to the different radio stations, and also all these different things. How the business side of it? How important is it?
A lot of it has changed now. There's a word that is called digital footprint.
Hmm.
Like right now, nobody can ever steal this segment from you right now.
Right.
The whole entire world know that
Hmm.
this is yours.
Yes.
So whether you copyright this or not, the whole world know that this few minutes that we've been on
Yes.
belongs to Dr. Donald.
Yes.
So digital footprint has played a major role while people are learning the industry,
Hmm.
because now I get all of my stuff copyrighted. I think everyone should. But sometimes you don't have the time to do it all so fast. And I think that digital footprint put us in a place to say, now, I do have proof
Right. Yeah.
that I did this first now,
Yeah.
because you can go back and see if anybody else did it. Let's see. So, but your question is how important it is. It is very important because people do steal.
That's right.
I was listening to my friend David Hammond song one day, and he and I love the song. He and I are good friends, and I heard the exact same song on the radio, and
Right.
I called. I said, David, what the? What? He said, yeah, man, they got the song, man, and blah blah blah. So I don't know whether it was a public domain song or not.
Yeah.
All I know was I heard David and them sing it first.
Uh huh. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it is imperative that you handle the business side, and you need to take it to somebody who know. I'm working with a guy right now to digitize everything that I have.
Hmm.
So it is important. Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah. What's next for the bishop?
Well, man, look at him, man. I got one of the most beautiful women in the whole wide world in
All
my
right.
life. And can you say hello, baby?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
So we our job right now is to travel the world. That's what we're gonna do, and
Uh-huh.
and continue ministry going. Um, all while I'm doing music. I love music. So all while I'm doing music, I just want to travel and see the world, and bring some excitement to my wife, and just watch my grandbabies get older, and watch myself get younger.
All right. All right. Yeah. Now you recorded so many songs. I think you had mentioned that you have overwritten over 30 or more songs. You
70,
know,
70.
70. Okay. Now, what would your favorite song be that you've
Boy,
either recorded or that you've written? Do you think the 2020 songs now that's coming out on the new compilation CD that you have out are some of your favorites?
let me now. The new CD is the best I've ever done. I
All
can tell
right.
you that right now. Let
Uh,
me tell you how good it is. I told anybody if they buy the CD and just call me and say they don't like it, with no question asked, I'll give them double their money back.
uh,
Double
uh,
their money back. That's how I know you're gonna love it. But uh, the main song is not out yet. You have it, but
mhm.
it's not even on CD, and it's called Wow God. That's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
main
Wow.
song,
God.
right?
Yeah.
Before then, there was a song I called I Want to Get Old that have reached thousands and thousands. And it's on the new CD as well. We have it as well.
Okay.
But to I don't even know how to say what I like the most, because you
Got so many songs.
let me show you how many I got, because it's hard to believe when people just be talking. See, I got these things are full of music, man.
Wow,
I got
Bishop.
I got music everywhere, and it's all mine.
Uh huh.
So So me and Ron, we have put together some stuff, man, that I mean, I got one of the best musicians in the world. I ain't gonna need to be lying. I mean, he can do it backward side, he can do it. So, we just keep going.
Hey Bishop, you got Team Bishop out there everywhere. I mean, they're Greater Grace Ministries Incorporated. I mean, they are posting. They like the this video, and then also they're posting that they're standing up for their bishop. Now
Yes.
you got folks that love you, Bishop, all across the country here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, so what we're gonna do right now, Bishop, we're gonna take a few minutes. We're gonna go to a video that you produced. I believe it's God Heard Me, and it's been so
I can't
yeah,
breathe.
I can't breathe. Yeah, that video. I'm gonna play a little bit of that segment right now. We're gonna go to that video right now. All right.
Most men go through a whole lot of concealed fear, and it causes them to be violent. Some men go through what we call domestic abdication. It's when we leave our home. Most men go through a whole lot of concealed fear, and it causes them to be violent. Some men go through what we call domestic abdication. It's when we leave our home simply because we have not recognized and accepted and admitted that we have a problem. You can't quit, man. Stand up and be alone. I can't quit, no way. 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 Living in the dark sometimes. Don't know what to do now. Still trying to make it. Pull our way through. I can't quit, no way. I can't quit, no way. I can't quit, no way. No. I can't quit, no way. Don't you move from that. You will be alright. Hold your head up, man. Make it through this fight. I can't quit, no way. 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 Let me say it. Living in the dark sometimes. Don't know what to do. Really know where to go. Lord have mercy on you. Lord have mercy. You gon' be alright, alright. Just watch and see. Yeah. He gon' pull you up, off from your knees. I can't go no way. I can't quit, no way. I can't run, no way. I can't go, no way. You a strong man. Let me tell you, as a man, You gotta be able to stand up and be strong. You cannot take your imperfections and put them on your friends and your families and your children. You gotta stand up and be strong, man. You can do it. You able to do it. You able to do it. At your leisure time, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to tell yourself, I'm a strong man. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah. Stand. Stand strong. Stand, man. I can't quit no way. 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 Living in the dark sometimes.
Somebody, I may be on welfare, but I am somebody. I may be in jail, but I am somebody. I may be uneducated, but I am somebody. I am black, beautiful, proud. I must be respected. I must be protected. I am somebody. I know.
My. I am somebody.
All right, Bishop. All right. Now
that video there is called I Can't Quit. The
Yes.
other one is called I Can't Breathe.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you produced that video.
Yeah, I produced 2 of them. Yes, sir.
And tell us a little bit about what inspired you to, create and, produce this particular video that we showed tonight.
Oh. Now, the season here, it warrants for us to remember. And I think that without young folk actually visualizing
Mhm.
what had happened, they cannot appreciate the anger and the pain that is going on in our world right now.
Mhm.
So that's why this video was made, so we could go all the way back and see the dogs being sick on, see the water hydrant, the water hose being put in our faces, and
Okay.
the whole 9 yards being hauled off in the paddy wagons. I wanted the younger generation to see, so they'll understand why they mad.
Mhm.
See, they think they're mad just because of George Floyd,
Mhm.
but they mad way before they were born.
Right.
And so that's why I wanted them to know that.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the best advice that you've gotten, either in the ministry or the, in the music industry? What's the best advice that you've gotten?
Yes. Be myself.
Mhm.
Never, ever compete with anyone.
Mhm.
Never, ever laugh, put anybody down because they don't sound like you sound. Your vocals are controlled by God.
Mhm.
At any given time, He can shut them down.
That's right.
You grab the mic thinking you're about to show out and show off, and you can end up hurting yourself really bad.
Right.
There was a young preacher decided to um, go to a church that was a large church, but it was an old man that was a pastor. And after about 8 months, they decided to let the young preacher preach.
Mhm.
And he prepared a whole week, and he put his best clothes on, his best robe like it could have cost over $3,000, and he had everything. And they called his name, and he walked up with his chest all poked out, and he was ready. And he got behind the microphone and became a dud. On his way down, he had his head hanging low. And the old lady tapped him and said, if you would have went up the way you came down, you would have been successful.
Right.
My point I'm trying to make to you is stay humble, stay committed, stay submitted, stay humble. You can learn from anybody. Nobody is the best in this business. No one.
Mm-hmm. And and that's some good advice, for our viewers out there. A lot of times we see a lot of the professional artists, and what they'll do is they'll be at a program, at a concert, and you'll see them sitting back. Sometimes they sit in the front, sometimes they sit in the back, but they're out there listening and they're out there learning, they're watching. You know, so if you that type, you think you all puffed up with a bag of chips and you think you got it all, you know, there's somebody out there that's watching, that is learning exactly what's going on. And and you think that because of your craft, you think because you can get out there, hit them high notes and all them, and think that you can squeal, and they're out there saying, he didn't hit nothing, he didn't do it. It wasn't his time today, So
Exactly.
just somebody's always out there watching. So be always, and that goes for in the church too. Watch
That is
watch
correct.
what you do, watch what you say at all times, because somebody know that you are a Christian. They know that you are under bishop, and they're watching you. And so we gotta be prepared at all times, to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do in the ministry. Yeah, yeah. So great advice, Bishop. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Hey, we're gonna take a opportunity to listen to one of the songs that you, "Wow God." And I just want to touch on this before we go. How important is it being versatile in your music? Because in your music, I hear a little, the foot stomping, hand clapping, and then also the up tempo sound, and then also you got a little country type of
Yes.
music to your music. So yeah, how important is it being versatile in your music?
It's hard to win being one way,
Mm-hmm.
and we all want to win. This is all about acceptance. Everything that we do, whether it's preaching, singing, everything's about acceptance. We want to be accepted, and if all you can do is one brand, one style, uh, that's probably 30,000 other people can do the same thing.
Right.
I even have classical gospel, and it was a take on me because I was actually fearful to put it out because I didn't even know whether it was going to be received.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did, the song is called Self. It was really, really received.
Wow.
So being diverse is everything. It really is. You gotta be able to transform. And so if all you can sing into is front of a black crowd, then you need to work on something. You need to have something where you can sing in front of a white crowd as well.
Okay, let me play a little bit of this song. It's called "Wow God."
That's it. WOW.
Wow, God. 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 When I open up my eyes, what do I see? A great creation staring back at me. When I open up my eyes, what do I see? A great creation staring back at me. Wow, God. closed my eyes, I began to think, what an awesome creation when you made me. I can walk and talk, I can love and live because of your life you continue to give. Wow, God, wow, God, wow, God, wow, God, wow, God, your love is amazing, wow, God, to me. Wow, God, all the things you do, God. Wow, God, just so amazing. Wow, God, the trees, the stars. Wow, the moon. Wow, God, the rivers, the water. Wow, God, man, you are made. Wow, God, God, you're made. Wow, God, you're a healer. Wow, God, you caused me to wow. You're a deliverer. Wow, God. You call me to scream. Hallelujah. Wow, God. I don't mind telling the whole world. Wow, God. Wow. That I will go. Wow, God. Wow. Wow, God. Wow, and I will go. Wow, God. Wow, God. So beautiful. Wow, God. So magnificent. Wow, God. You are Jehovah Jireh. Wow, you are my provider. Wow, God. There is nothing greater. Wow, God. No one greater. You are God. Wow, God. Wow, God. All by yourself. Wow, God. Wow, God. Wow, God. When I can't find words. Wow, God. When I can't find words to describe you, God. Wow, God. All I can say, wow, God. Wow, God.
All right, Bishop. All right, Bishop. All right, wonderful. And that's just a snippet of the different music that you have. Now, if somebody wanted to, I think somebody posted in the chat to be able to receive a CD. Just look in the chat, and then we have someone that posted in the chat on the ways that you can purchase a CD from you, Bishop.
Yes, sir. It's you can always go to my Facebook page, Felix
Okay.
Omar, and you can find it, but it should be in there anyway.
All
But
right.
our CDs are, they're a blessing. They really are a blessing. I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie, blessing,
Okay. Hey, Bishop. The final words. I'm gonna give you the final words, and I want to thank everybody for being out there, and everybody came out. To support this live feed, and we're gonna continue to have these live feeds. In the gospel industry, in the music industry, so that artists can come out and just talk, and talk about industry. What can we do better in the industry? So God bless you.
Thank you, thank you. If I was a good preacher, if I was a great preacher, uh, I would say to the listening ear tonight, there is nothing greater than being humble and submitted and committed. They go together now. Humble, committed, and submitted. I feel sorry for the person who is a pastor but does not have a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for the person who's a bishop but does not have a bishop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for a person who's a teacher but does not have a teacher. Always have someone to teach you. Don't never get to a place in your life where you cannot be taught.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my last words.
All right, Bishop. Well, we take this opportunity to thank you once again. I'm telling you, it's an honor to have you come on. And I'm telling you, especially you representing Alabama. Alabama is in the house. All right, Phoenix, Alabama. Thank you, and for all the church members that's out there and the fans that's out there, make sure you go to Bishop's Facebook page and go like his page. I mean, and he does a live every so often. Almost every day he's out there doing a live feed. Last night he was out there doing a live. He's on the ball. And just go out there and just show him that you love him, and continue to support. And don't forget to tune in to the Vnetwork Radio. We bring it to you, gospel music, anytime, anywhere. And also support. And I'm Pastor Don E. Paget. And if you would like to support this ministry, you can just send us a cash app, a love offering, dollar sign. Vnetwork Radio, and we keep this music going, and it's all about the artists, it's all about the music. We want to keep this going, and talk to the music artists nationwide. Just this last week, Bishop, and this is why I say this, we had over 100 submissions of gospel music nationwide. And so that's why I'm so proud. We do other genres of music, but I'm so proud of our churches. I'm so proud of our gospel industry for
Yes, sir.
supporting our own gospel artists, all over the nationwide. So with that, we're gonna continue on, and I'm gonna play a little song here that you wrote. God heard you. All right, and we're gonna
Yes,
take it
sir.
out.
All right, sir.
All right.
Every time you pray,
Right.
God heard you.
All right.
Every time you pray, God heard you. Every time you pray, God heard you. When you fall on your knees, cry, Lord, have mercy, please. God heard, God heard, God heard, God heard, God heard, God heard, God heard. Every time you pray, God heard. Every time you pray,
All right. God bless you, Bishop.
God heard.
We'll see it.
Every time you pray, God heard. When you fall on your knees, you start to cry, Lord, have mercy. God heard. God heard. God, let me tell you something. Every time you cry, God heard. Don't you get discouraged because God hasn't answered your prayer. Sometimes God answered with silence. He heard it the first time, but ain't nothing wrong with you getting out on your knees a second time and say, Jesus, Jesus, I know you heard me. I know you heard me. But I want to tell you, I want to tell you, I want to call on